My name's Charlotte. I work for Go Creative in sales, and I've been here for about 2 years, 1 year on my apprenticeship and 1 year in employment.
Hello Charlotte, my name is Elena and I work for Kudos Training Limited, and I'm here to interview Charlotte on her apprenticeship experience with Go Creative and Kudos. So if we go back to how it all started in the first place, how and why did you decide that you want to do an apprenticeship?
I did my A-levels and then everybody went to university. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I started looking at apprenticeships, and I was quite interested in the sales role here. So I applied for the sales role here and also a couple of the roles at different places, and then I got offered to come for an interview here.
So how many interviews did you have altogether?
I had 2 interviews. The first was with an employee that worked here that I was going to be working with. She just explained the role and to see if I was still interested, really. And then the second time was with one of the directors, and they asked me more questions and decided if I'd be suitable for the job or not. And then I got offered the apprenticeship after the second interview.
Alright, so how did you prepare for the interview?
I went onto the website to see obviously what the business did, their history. Yeah.
Did you do any role play with maybe your parents or?
No. I've been working in a shop before that, so I kind of knew what to expect.
Right.
Because I'd been for an interview for that before, so it wasn't.
So it wasn't something new for you?
No, it wasn't too bad.
And why do you think that Go Creative liked you so much?
I think it was because previously I'd had experience working in a shop with products. Originally the apprenticeship was more QA to look at products, so I had an advantage there. Also I'd done my A-levels in IT, so they knew that obviously it'd be on the computer as well, so I had experience in that part.
Right. And when you first started with Go Creative, how was it different to the jobs that you did and the college and school experience?
It was a lot longer hours. I hadn't worked in an office before, so it was a different environment. I was using a computer a lot more than I had previously.
So did you find it quite tiring to start with?
At first, yeah, I found it quite tiring because I hadn't worked full-time before, but after a while I got used to it and started to enjoy it.
Alright, so how did you get to work?
I drove the whole time, yeah.
Yeah, and how long did it take you to drive here?
It takes between 15 and 20 minutes.
Alright, so it's about half an hour a day.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it could be worse.
So you experienced it in the first 3 months. What was it like?
At first I was quite shy. I didn't know like any of the systems or anything they used here. So the first few months was just getting my head around how things worked and the processes really. Just doing bits on everything just to help out other people.
And after the first 3 months?
After 3 months I got a bit more independent, so I started to do things on my own, like email out to the factories, get quotes, set the quote sheets up, look at the samples by myself and things like that.
Alright, so your workload grew from month by month pretty much?
Yeah, and like the more experience I had, the more I felt that I could do more things on my own.
And how have your responsibilities changed from the beginning to the end of your apprenticeship?
At the beginning I didn't have many responsibilities really, it was just helping the people out. But now I've got a lot more responsibility, like emailing the customers myself, going to customer meetings and things like that, which I wouldn't have done at the start.
Alright. And obviously Go Creative have offered you a full-time position at the end of your apprenticeship. Why do you think they've offered you a full-time position?
I think from the start of my apprenticeship to the end, I got a lot more confident. I picked up on the systems quite quickly, and my IT skills got a lot better. I think by the end of the apprenticeship I was quite good in the job role. I'd had a lot of experience over that year.
Do you think you would have got that job if you weren't an apprentice?
I don't think I would have, no, because I hadn't worked in that kind of area before. I don't think I had enough experience to have got the job without the apprenticeship.
So in terms of your achievements in the job role, what is it you're most proud of that you've done for the business?
About 6 months ago I set up an eBay account and an Amazon account. I made our own shop on there, and I put on some stock items that we had. That's been really successful. We've made quite a lot of money from that and got rid of the stock as well, which was good. They're continuing to grow the sales on there, so that's turned into quite a big job really. So it took a few people to keep that going, so that's it's been good for the business.
You've introduced an income stream.
Yeah, that was a new thing we hadn't done before, so now we're looking at other areas of online selling now.
So what about the training? Obviously you've started in a sales position, but you were doing an IT application specialist apprenticeship.
Yeah.
How did that work for you?
Well, the job role was a lot of IT work. It was a lot of emailing out to the Chinese, emailing customers, setting up the quotes on Excel. So the IT apprenticeship did help because I was obviously use a lot of IT in the job.
And if you were to go back to the beginning and you were doing a sales role and you had a choice of doing either IT apprenticeship or sales apprenticeship, what decision would you make looking back?
I think I would have done the IT apprenticeship still, because while I was here I did the operation side of things for a while. Because I was doing the IT apprenticeship, I was able to change job roles and see what areas I liked. But I didn't like that area, so I moved back into sales. But because it was an IT apprenticeship and a lot of the work in all the areas was on IT, I was able to test things out and see what I liked. There was a lot of more options than if I'd have done the sales apprenticeship, I think.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Okay.
And what about obviously apprenticeship wage and the full-time wage? There is a big difference.
Yeah.
Apprenticeship wage is from about £400 a month. How did you cope with that?
I just had to cut back really on what I spent, just not go out as much and just be more careful really.
And after a year you've been offered a full-time position.
Yeah.
Financially, do you feel it has been worth it?
Yeah, I'm happy with the job and the salary. I'm glad I did it.
And if you were to give an advice to a person that may be looking at an apprenticeship or a college course, university course, what advice would you give them?
I think if they were like me and there wasn't anything specific they wanted to do after school or A-levels or anything, then apprenticeship's good just to gain experience. For example, in IT, you gain experience, so after that you can go on to doing jobs in any area to do with IT really. It helps my skills in that area. So.
Alright, well thank you very much, Charlotte.
Thank you.